Sometimes UFC matchmaking genuinely frustrates me, and this announcement is one of those moments. When they revealed Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes 2, I was honestly shocked. This rematch makes absolutely no sense, and let me explain why. I am self-proclaimed biggest Volk fan, and it really bothers me that this might be the final time we see him inside the octagon. And this is how the UFC chooses to treat him? A rematch that adds nothing to his legacy, nothing to his resume, and nothing to the division. Volk already beat Lopes, dominantly. It was literally his last fight, and he won 49-46, clearly. So why are we running it back? For what reason? There are at least two deserving contenders ready for a title shot, Lerone Murphy and Movsar Evloev. Let's start with Lerone. He's undefeated in the UFC with a 9-fight winning streak. Yes, his last opponent wasn't elite, but he knocked him out cold with a spinning elbow. Before that, he beat Josh Emmett. And regardless of how washed Emmett is, that's still a solid name on your resume. To me, Lerone is the most deserving contender. He's active, he's winning, and he's doing exactly what every contender is supposed to do. Now let's look at Lopes. I actually like Diego. He's fun, he's a very good fighter. But he is coming off a single win, even though it was impressive, a spinning elbow finish against John Silva. But is that enough for a title shot? For Volk's final fight? I don't think so. And to be honest, I wanted to see one more fight from Lopes to find out if he actually improved. Because in his last fight, yes, he mixed in takedowns really well, but man, the head movement just wasn't there. Silva was landing almost everything he threw. Volk's jab is going to be there all night again, just like in their first fight. But let's not get lost. The other contender is Movsar Evloev. And personally, this is the fight I truly wanted. Undefeated Russian versus the greatest featherweight of all time. Volk versus Movsar in Australia. That sounds like an amazing final chapter to Volkanovski's career. But I understand why UFC didn't make it. Movsar is inactive and hasn't been fighting consistently, so it's hard to reward that with a title shot. Still, between Lerone, Movsar, and Lopes, the least logical pick is honestly the rematch. And here's the part that annoys me the most. The UFC's obsession with pushing Mexican fighters because they want that huge boxing audience. We already saw this with the pointless custom interim belt they handed Yair. There was absolutely no reason for that belt to exist, but they wanted a Mexican champion, so they forced it. And now they're doing the same with Lopes. The sad part is, they're not helping him. They're hurting him. Fans will start turning on him, not because of who he is, but because they'll feel like the UFC is forcing him on everyone. If Diego were American and his name was Josh Smith, there is zero chance he'd get this title shot. Honestly, I would even accept Aljamain Sterling getting the fight. Say what you want, but he was a bantamweight champion with multiple defenses. He moved up, beat Calvin Kattar, then had a competitive fight with Movsar, and recently beat Brian Ortega. I'm not campaigning for Aljo, but it still makes more sense than a rematch that literally nobody asked for. So what is the UFC doing? Why are they forcing this? Why are they messing with Volk's last chapter? This is how they repay an active, long-reigning champion who stepped up on short notice against Islam Makhachev. It's honestly sad to watch. Anyway, that's my take. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.